You can't touch my vibe unless I say so. Ain't your Bobby, no. All the kings had their queens on the throne. We would pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window. I saw a photo you were dropping.
Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long. Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
But no one else could lift me high above. I don't know what leaders do when seeing me without words.
Quirks are a superhuman ability that a person can possess. Quirks are unique to each user, and each person can only hold one quirk. However, there are a few exceptions to that rule, and Deku is one of them. Deku has displayed the abilities of 6 different quirks, and in today's video, I'll be explaining all of Deku's quirks so far, so let's jump right in. First and foremost, we have the quirk Deku received from All Might, One for All. Now, One for All is essentially a stockpiling quirk. One for All is able to stockpile the power and the quirks of all the previous users, making it one of the most powerful quirks to ever exist. With his stockpiled power, Deku is able to spread it evenly throughout his entire body to receive massive boosts in speed, strength, stamina, durability, and agility. We've seen how much power One for All holds, and a prime example of this is in the overhaul fight. Here we see Deku completely outspeed and overpower an extremely amped overhaul. Keep in mind, a base overhaul was able to take down Mirio, an extremely skilled hero. That just goes to show how insane the boosts One for All provides are. The very next quirk we see Deku awaken is the 5th user's quirk, Black Whip. Deku awakens this quirk during the Class 1A versus Class 1B event by tapping into his anger. With this quirk, Deku is able to manifest black tendrils of dark energy from his body. This quirk is extremely useful for long range and can be applied in a variety of ways. The most common uses for this quirk are grappling, or in other words, swinging around like Spider-Man, grabbing objects from long distances, and restraining people. Overall, this quirk greatly enhances Deku's mobility. Speaking of mobility, that leads us straight into the very next quirk, Float. Deku was able to awaken this quirk mid-fight with Shigaraki to save everyone from harm. Float is the quirk of the 7th user, and as the name implies, Deku gains the ability to float. This quirk by itself isn't anything too special, but when paired up with another quirk such as Black Whip, it practically gives Deku the ability to fly. Overall, it's another great quirk for boosting Deku's mobility. The very next quirk we have is the quirk of the 4th user, labeled as Danger Sense. Much like Float, Deku also awakens this quirk during the war arc, except this time it's towards the end of the war and after his fight with Shigaraki. This quirk is practically Spider-Man's Spidey Sense, except with just a different name. Danger Sense allows Deku to sense threats in a surrounding area. The detection of danger causes Deku to get a stabbing sensation in his head. In my opinion, this is the most useful quirk Deku has by far in his arsenal. The ability to detect danger and threats near you is a crazy advantage Deku has in battle that a lot of people fail to realize. This quirk eliminates so many problems for Deku, such as stealth type quirks or attacks, and removes all possibility of Deku being caught off guard. Deku easily makes up for all of his blind spots with the use of this quirk, which is just insane. Onto the 6th user's quirk, we have Smokescreen. Unlike the others, this quirk was an off-screen awakening, but the first time we saw it appear was in Deku's rematch with Muscular. Utilizing Smokescreen, Deku is able to create a thick cloud of smoke and can actually control the output of the smoke he produces. However, this quirk is a double-edged sword. What I mean by that is that you can use it to give yourself the advantage in battle, but at the same time, it can easily be used against you. Smokescreen obscures your enemy's vision, but at the same time obscures yours as well, so you won't be able to see the enemy and the enemy won't be able to see you. This is why Deku is extremely smart when utilizing such a dangerous quirk. We see in the Muscular fight, Deku using Smokescreen to reduce as much collateral damage as he can, while at the same time saving civilians. This quirk, when used, can easily change the tides of the battle into Deku's favor, or if he's not careful, into the enemy's favor. Lastly, we have the quirk of the 3rd user, Fa Jin. We witnessed Deku use this quirk for the first time in his battle with Lady Nagan. Fa Jin allows Deku to build up kinetic energy while he moves, which Deku can later release in an explosive burst of speed and strength. To put it simply, this quirk is another speed and strength boost on top of Deku's other speed and strength boosts from One for All. We see how fast Deku is with Fa Jin, with him being able to outspeed a speeding bullet and save Overhaul. For clarification, this wasn't just a normal bullet. The bullet's speed and strength were all amplified by Lady Nagan's quirk, and Deku had to travel the distance of multiple buildings to intercept Overhaul. Meanwhile, the bullet was just a few meters away from Overhaul. and yet Deku still manages to intercept Overhaul before the bullet could. Later in the fight, using Fajin, Deku is able to completely blitz Lady Nagan and subdue her. Keep in mind, Lady Nagan used to be one of the most skilled pro heroes out there and has many years of experience in battle, and yet Deku was still capable of completely speed blitzing her and taking her down. Not to mention that Deku can combine this quirk with Black Whip to amplify his speed even more. There should be no debate that this is the most powerful quirk so far that Deku possesses in his arsenal, right alongside One For All. And so far, that's all the quirks that we have seen Deku display, but we do know that there is still one more quirk Deku has, but it just hasn't been revealed yet. As soon as it's revealed, I'll make sure to make an updated video on this. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe.